Peanut here. Got a shotgun I want to show you. Some of you might maybe found this video by searching it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it is a double barrel, of course. It's from my research. I can't place a date on it. There's no serial number on it, so it's before '68. And I could tell you that anyway. I would guess it's probably 30s or 40s, maybe 50s, but I would sooner say probably 40s, maybe 50s. But it's called a Plymouth, and there's some numbers under the foregrip, and on the iron of the foregrip, but there's no build numbers on the barrel. I don't know if there is on the receiver or not. Yep. All the numbers match. There's my build number. There's a Plymouth. I don't know if you can read that. That's the only thing it says on it. Plymouth. There's a number 2 marked on the barrel. That's it. I got this from an old guy who said he inherited it when he was a kid. And he's probably 60. So let's say it's at least 40 years old, which would make it 1980. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be a lot older than that. Oh, there is a build number on the barrel. It was on this side of the. So yeah, it does have all matching numbers. But let me keep it apart here, show it to you. It's a pretty nice shotgun. Some of these old shotguns I've noticed, the pins don't retract. Now I tore this one apart. It's easy to get the firing pins out, but I didn't see any springs in them, no old springs, and it doesn't look like there's enough room for springs in them. So I think some of these older ones were designed, they didn't have springs in them. If you know different, let me know. Did they all have springs in them? Or some of them designed without springs? I would really like to know. But it's a Plymouth. When I got it, the stock was cracked. It was cracked through here. And it was cracked to right there. You can see the crack. This side was actually broke. This side was just cracked. It had 2 cracks in it. You can probably see them very faintly. Now I managed to get some Gorilla Glue in this one. This one sealed up nice and tight. This one, because it was a complete crack, you can't tell. Well, you might be able to tell. There's a spot of wood putty in here. Because I put the Gorilla Glue in. Then once it dried, I drilled a hole, and a pilot hole, and a recess hole, and I put a wood screw in there. And I just put wood putty over the top of the screw. And I got it stained in. You can really see it in the camera. To the eye, you can see it too, but it just kind of blends in. Looks like a knot or something. But it has the Gorilla Glue in it, both sides, and like I said, this has a bolt down through it. Now these shotguns are bolted through the trigger guard and the receiver tang right there, and it's got a bolt that goes all the way through. One of these goes all the way through. It holds the 2 sides together. You take them off. You can take the trigger guard off. Take the I think the trigger. No, the triggers come out with it. And you can get right at the firing pins. These 2 little screws here at the bottom here. That one and this one's at the top. They hold the firing pins in, and you take the firing pins out real easy, but I couldn't find any way of putting a spring in. The firing pins only come out that far, and I was afraid if I put a spring in there, it would be too much, and it wouldn't fire. It doesn't look like it's designed to have a spring. Anyway, also when I got this, the foregrip was cracked. Someone had put a bolt from here all the way out through the foregrip, and they put a nut on it, and they just draw it tighter and tighter and tighter until this foregrip split. This split like 3 ways. And I did take video of it, but I had trouble with it. I lost some of it. Some of you might have started seeing it. I got a couple views. For some reason it flipped upside down when I was showing you what I did, but I drilled a hole through the wood, through the meat of it, below this hole, about in here, from my one finger to my other finger, and I put a screw, a nice, with lots of threads all the way through it, and then I cut the head off, right here where this black spot is. Cut the head off. I either put putty in there or I put super glue. Super glue works nicely. You sand it off and you touch it up with a furniture pen, it turns black. So it just looks like a knot or a nail or something. But the center had a big gaping hole in it. Excuse me. And I did the best I could. I filled it up with, there was a lot of Gorilla Glue in there, but I got tired of it waiting. The Gorilla Glue kind of shrinks when it dries because it's got water in it. Probably has water in it. So I filled it up with super glue. I read online a guy said he repairs airplane wings and airplane fiberglass with super glue and baking soda. You know, super glue dries fast, but if you put super glue on something and you put baking soda on it, it dries instantly. You put your baking soda on it, and then you can touch it. It's dry. Now I'd wait a couple seconds, but it also gives it a medium to help build up. And that's what I did. That's built up on this side and on the inside. I build it up with super glue and baking soda. It's pretty strong. It turns to like plastic, but it bonded really well. And once I got the repair all done and the wood all fixed and spot stained, you know, it looks a lot better than what it did. You just have to take my word for it. If you can imagine this split, it was sticking out. It was really loose. Till I got it done, I had drilled just a tiny pilot hole and put just a single wood screw in it. This screw really isn't that important. It just holds the wood fast. These two screws here also hold the wood fast. And the best I can figure is the wood's just decoration. This thing would work without the wood. This thing would still snap on. Because the iron's all one piece. It would, well, they probably mostly are, but it would still snap on and work. But anyway, I just wanted to show it to you. I think I might get rid of it. It's a little too old for me. I don't like these guns that bolt, that don't have the bolt that goes all the way through, because the stocks almost always crack on them from what I see. Now whether or not it's just the ones I get are cracked because I buy cheap ones, but it has a nice little pistol grip butt cap here for the pistol grip. Butt plate's in pretty nice shape. And overall, the gun, I think that's a chrome finish. There's a little bit of case color underneath this release. It's really pretty. I imagine at one time the whole receiver was that color. Would have been a really pretty gun, but it's kind of odd looking because it's, you know, it just has screws. There's nothing else, no design, no nothing. It just screws, the backs and the fronts. Anyway, I want to show it to you so you could see it. Yeah, you probably bought one and you came here looking. Plymouth. I know nothing about it. It's made by Crescent Arms, that's all I can tell you. I date this probably in the 40s. Just my guess, because it still has the side plates. Maybe older. If you know, let me know. But I think I'm going to sell this, take it to auction. Had a lot of fun fixing it. Haven't shot it yet. I don't really want to. I'm not much of a shooter. Some guns I like shooting. These older guns I don't. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching.